couple different things that all lined up. Talking to homeless people. So it was my friend Lauren's birthday. We went out to feed the homeless in St. Pete, right? So at first, going into it, I was a little scared because it's like a good amount of homeless people in one area, right? A lot of them don't really look well kept and whatnot, so certain perceptions start just flying around in your head. So it's me, her, mom, dad. I'm the biggest one there. So I'm like,
your mom? Or
no,
her
mom,
yeah.
Her mom and dad? Okay. So at first I'm like, all right, what happens if like someone attacks us or something like that? You're like, y'all want me to fight them off, you know something? I'm like, okay, this don't seem safe. What's going on? Yeah. We go into it, bro, and I realized like that's like the worst misconception that we all kind of have, you know? So I kind of felt stupid and dumb. And I was just like, as a kid, I've always wanted to like help the homeless, you know? I was always that kid in the backseat, like, man, I wish I had something to give. And now I have the opportunity to give, and I like had the wrong interpretation at first. So start going into it, and we just keep asking people, you know, what's your name? Where you from? Yeah. What's your story? How'd you get here? Talk to them. Yeah. And they're just like regular people. Really? So that blew my mind. And the fact of there were two people, one named Jersey, one named Bill. Bill is like 80 years old. You know, he's shaking and sitting down. But Jersey, he's from New York, Yankees fan. Yeah. And so it was interesting to listen to him because he just started going off about film, bro. Really? He was like, oh, like, I love Creed movies. I'm like, what? That's my favorite franchise. Like, Creed, Transformers. It's like, oh, you know, all the directors, Tarantino. He just starts naming them, going off. Christopher Nolan. It's like, just naming them. I'm like, yo, like, how does he know so much, you know? Yeah. And like, it hit me that I've never really had the opportunity to talk film with anybody. Yep. And so while my friends were like, all right, now it's time to go, I was like, y'all can leave. I want to stay and talk. The fact that I haven't had a conversation like this probably in forever. Dude, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wild. And it's like, I'm really hitting me like, oh, shoot, I'm not around film people. Yeah. So I've been trying to seek them out a little bit, right? So literally since then, I was like, I need to find more film people. Yeah. I probably need to do the number one thing that I don't want to do. Go to LA. Crazy, right? Yeah. Probably hella film people out there. Yep. But I gotta meet them somehow, some way. So then, obviously, all the BS that went down with UT. But coming to Frank's studio, Second Nature. Yeah. Watching how fun it was, Corey and Tyler interacting with all the different guests that they got to meet, and I'm just like it seems easy to do. Yeah. From the media standpoint. Right. Plus, in high school, bro, I used to actually do that. I'm not gonna lie. Really? I didn't podcast, but I was like a person. But I'll roll a clip and I'll show you a clip. I'm back. I'm trying to stay as calm as possible. Hunger, the eye of a tiger. What's good, RJ?
I'm chilling.
Tell me the weirdest thing you got in your backpack.
I mean, I don't really got much in my backpack, you feel me? I mean...
Who are you emailing, Naja?
Myself. I was a person that would either walk around school with a mic, ask people questions, or I would sit behind a desk where it's like
street interviews almost.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. I was doing that in high school, so I was already used to it. Wow. But so actually learning the editing side from Frank, I was like, bro, I could do this myself. Since I already have so much free time on my hands. Yep. Now we're here.
But yeah, but dude, I mean, editing podcasts, it's not lining up the timeline and cutting away.
It's not that fun. It's definitely fulfilling though once you see who it can impact.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's got more substance than it does like your typical, you know, on IG. Like when we cut things that are flashy and look cool, those take a lot more time, but they don't carry as much weight. I feel like when you have somebody speaking, that's when stuff can carry weight.
Exactly. I only realized that again from the homeless people, which shook me because I'm like, they're just out here all day, sitting in the same spot, rotting away. Yeah. What hit me hard was that Jersey, he said he didn't believe in God. Like he just slowly started to lose faith. So I was like, you know what? Like I'm coming back. Like I'm gonna come back here on my birthday. You better be here. You better be ready to talk some film. Yeah. I came back and only Bill was there. Jersey wasn't there at the time. So I mean, my birthday is January 2nd. I'm trying to go back.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's there, at least Bill's there again. But just like, I kept my word. I want him, and hopefully eventually he sees one of these. Just like I'm keeping him in my prayers.
Yeah.
You know, that conversation has resonated like deeply in my heart in general, just to keep going with film.
Yeah.
But I wanted to pick up off where we last left off in the office. We were sharing your testimony in general.
Yeah, dude. Where do you want me to begin? From college or
Before
college, like coming out of high school?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, like I was a kid. I was a nerd. I loved to game. I weighed like 140 pounds coming out of college. I was a smaller dude. Still am a small dude.
Me too.
But you know, I was, you know, kind of my freshman year of college, I was waking up at 11 a.m. every day, living that college lifestyle. Like, I didn't really ever like have any like motivation to go chase after something. And I had a friend that I ended up meeting. He ran the 800 at the time for UT's track team.
Gio?
Not Gio. His name was Charles. He ran for like 1 year or so, but shout out to Charles.
Shout out Charles.
He was like, why don't you come out to the track one night and run a 200 meter just to see how fast you are. And I was like, all right, let's, like, I've never ran track in my life. Like, it was something.
That's wild to hear.
Yeah.
Knowing what you've done now.
Yeah. Now that you know, but for the people that don't know.
Yeah.
But I ran a 200. It was like 26 seconds. That's not fast for collegiate times. But he was like, well, if you train, like, you probably make the team. So I train. Time goes on. I make the team, train. And it kind of started to line up my life for, like, it's just crazy what God can do with a timeline. Because, like, when I was in I had no idea where I was going. Like, I came into school, I was a business major, and I was like, okay, like, I think I'm just going to do finance after I'm done. Like, you know, that's the plan right now. But at track kind of lined up my life because I ended up making the team, and then for my first year, I went from being the slowest kid on the team to the next year being almost one of the fastest for the sprints. And I was like, okay, like I want to get really good. I want to get better. So I go to Cliffs, and I know this is how this impacted you a little bit too. And it's just crazy how parts are being put in certain spots. But I end up going to Cliffs because I want to train. I want to get faster. At Cliffs, I meet another guy who at the time, Frank, who's now my boss at Second Nature Sports. Shout out to Frank. I've learned pretty much everything. That's kind of where I started from working in the camera game, is with Frank, because that production, like learning all that production and stuff, is kind of where the experience I really valued over these last 2 years, because that's kind of where now my career has started to take off. And without him, I wouldn't be where, you know, I'm at today. But it's dude, it's a crazy game. I mean, it was like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like a God thing, bro. Like, there's not much else.
You can't. There's no
other explanation for it. Like, I never ran track in my life. I never touched a camera in my entire life. I never thought about doing anything in film. And all these things start to lay in and set in. And I'm like, wow. And now I'm getting a master's in media. And I was like, wow, that's a totally different degree. Like, I never thought I'd be getting an art degree. Like, bro, that's like, for me, when I looked at art and I looked at like cameras and stuff, bro, I thought it was just like the most nerdiest crap ever, bro. Like, I didn't like, it just wasn't me. So
yeah, like I said, I'm glad you said that, only because that was something that I had to grow up and understand. Like, from watching TV as a kid, I already loved watching like wrestling and like all the freaking TV shows that came on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then I think I slowly started to get into like the TV shows with real people and whatnot, like George Lopez, America's Got Talent, like all those different shows, right?
Those 3 a.m. George Lopez, you were falling asleep, waking up.
Hear it? Mad loud. Oh, shoot. Or like the CD advertisement, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But bro, like, I remember, because I was playing soccer, right?
Yeah.
And so my dad would always just want me to be playing soccer, think about soccer, right?
Yeah.
And so he said, he's like, don't you know that people get paid for you watching TV? And I don't think he realized how like I received it, because I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna just do both. Like I'm gonna beat up people like behind the camera. I'm gonna just do it. Like, all right, cool. Like I like watching TV. It's entertaining to me. Like I was watching the commercials. I was like, how do they know that I want this brand of cereal so bad? Like, you know, there's certain things I'm trying to figure it out. Like, how do they know? How do they know at like 8 o'clock to put these certain types of ads? Super Bowl. How do they know? Like, you know, all these different things that you start to figure out slowly. Yeah. But I realized, like, oh, shoot, all we're really looking at from the TV is a camera. Right. And that's literally it. And a lot of people don't realize that. And I think even with movies, I started to understand that most directors work backwards. Completely backwards. And the audience doesn't ever have a clue if they don't know anything, like, media-wise, you know? Yeah. But, bro, like, over here, I got to Tampa. I had a couple different options. Yeah. I think like Elon was like the maybe. Stetson was the other option. UT was another one. Yeah. And I'm trying to think of like the other schools I got into. It was like other like smaller media schools, right? Because of I wanted like a media based major.
Did you ever look at what's that one school?
You're gonna say Full Sail. Yeah. It's too expensive. Oh, okay. It's like $60,000 to $80,000 a year. Yeah. You know, so like UT was one of them, and knowing already how like schools advertise, like when you bring your parents in, like, oh, these are the classes. I can already see, like, I guess through whoever is like touring us. My parents can't. They don't know anything about my major. Yeah. What I was looking at was all the resources. I was like, if no one's in here, I'm using this. If no one's using this, I'm using this. Oh, they got a Mac lab? I'm using everything. Like, that's what I'm looking at.
So you majored in film, right?
Yeah. So I majored in new media, which is film, graphic design, music production, coding.
Yeah, okay.
So the whole umbrella.
I remember you telling me that, because I remember you telling me about some professors you had and stuff. So
we won't. I might not say names. We could maybe dig in. But oh, man, college. The thing was, bro, my SAT scores are crap. I took the SAT 9 times.
9 times?
9, bro.
Sorry, I took like probably 3 times.
I got either between a 920 and a 960. Never got over 1,000. Really? So the requirement for UT is what, like 1,100, 1,200?
I don't even.
I wasn't supposed to get into the school. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So just the fact that I got accepted, I was like, oh shoot, like that's odd. You know what I'm saying? And then to see all the resources, I was like, it's not that far from home. Stetson's like way farther. And I actually got to shadow the school. It didn't feel right at all. Yeah. And just looking at their resources as well, UT does have more resources in the media field. Okay. So going through the classes, bro, I like, my teachers hated me. Really? Because, you know, it's like, all right, let's see your project. Oh, that's cool. That's great. Let's see your project. And then be me. I'm like better than the rest of the students. And so they have to critique it differently to make the other students not feel like bad. Exactly. Yeah. So like the whole time I'm usually just getting ratted out, or like, this is not going to work with like real world clients. Yeah. Look at me now. I'm still doing the same thing. But just like in the sense of, I was doing that and I knew like, okay, more so like I'm supposed to be in this major. I'm actually doing well with it. School's not as hard as they say it is. Right. You know what they say in high school? It's not gonna fly in college.
Right. I think college
soars.
I thought college was like
super hard.
No, I thought certain parts were like, okay, my senior year of college was a little bit more difficult, but like the first few years of college, like I thought it was easier than high school. You have more time on your hands. It's just about how you manage it.
Exactly. I'll be up 2, 3 a.m. playing basketball.
Dude, I was doing the same 2, 3 a.m. playing basketball. Having fun. Eating in the community kitchens with a bunch of people. I was like just living life,
bro. So like the way that I got into the media department at first. Yeah. So I was only doing graphic design and music production, and so I had a presentation that I had to show Coach Caitlin. That was the women's assistant basketball coach. Yep. Yeah. So she was my teacher at the time. So after her seeing my presentation, she told me about work study with Tom. Yeah. In the media department. From there, realized not many people were doing video. So I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Taught myself how to use a camera.
Yep.
That's from then, right then and there. I was like, oh shoot, like it's kind of like a full circle moment of like being a kid. And I was like, I always want to be a director. I was like, I didn't know that as a director, you gotta kind of know how the camera works.
Oh, 100%.
I didn't know that though.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking you sit in the chairs, like you do this, you do this, you do this. I want it this way, but like you need to have that full understanding.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like eventually, like on like big sets and stuff, the director doesn't do as much because now you have your director of photography and you have a bunch of people that, you know, you just kind of set it up the way you like it. And then people are good enough to like kind of hopefully understand, not everybody, but people should be good enough to understand the vision that you're going for, because in pre-production they go into so much stuff in terms of like setting up a shot list and sketching what they want it to look like. So
yeah, and that's like I learned that in school. So like I learned all the basics of that, and I just took off. Like all the shoots after that, I was like, we gotta have a storyboard. We gotta write a script. It has to go shot by shot. And like people are like, that's like too detailed. Why don't we just shoot it? Like no, like it has to be this way.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have like I'm trying to go here. You know, I'm not trying to just be the point and shoot. No,
that doesn't work, bro. I mean, even videos like interview style videos, you still have to line it up how you want it. Because like any location I'm shooting at, I'm trying to like Google like lacrosse field at University of Tampa so I can see my background, like see how I want it to look, how I want it to feel, bro. Because that's the biggest thing in production. I feel like is making it feel a certain way for people.
Atmosphere. You still create an atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. On a camera.
On camera. Yeah. That's actually hard when you don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah. My buddy took a fog machine and we're like fogging out a room to like.
Oh yeah, haze.
Yeah, like haze out a room. Yeah.
Shoot, I love doing that stuff, especially when you got light shining in.
Don't even you get those little like light beams. Yeah.
A little like dust or something, like pixels.
Yeah, it looks like
particles.
It looks like I don't even know what it looks like. It looks like some kind of like ultralight beam. Shout out to Chance the Rapper.
From there though, that's when I met Cliff because of you.
Bro, like I said, bro, that's crazy how God puts people in your life for a reason, bro. Because
we didn't even meet yet.
If like, I never, and like,
How did you find me, bro?
Bro, I just knew about you.
Okay. How did you?
I just knew about you. Like, I knew about your work. Like, this is before like I was even doing like videography and stuff. Like, cause I remember some of the first videos I did, bro. We're not gonna go there. Roll the clip. But like, without having people put into my life to go on to like run track, to go to meet Cliff, to him having a need to have, you know, marketing or whatever production done for it, basically documentation for his, you know, work at his gym. Without that, bro, it's like kind of just crazy how life lines up.
Facts. I didn't even know that. Like Frank, shout out to Frank. Frank was starting off doing kind of like what we're doing now. Yeah. And he has his own studio. So I was like, oh shoot, you know, who knows what's in our future? But just in general, like I don't know if he even knew that he'd be capable of doing like what he's doing right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just from being that kid or like the young adult that's running around Tampa, like just you need a video, and like and then he just meeting all these different people. Now this guy's flying every 2 days? Like
who, Frank? Yeah. He's a busy dude. Just don't try to get a hold of him. It takes some time.
When did because I know you obviously have certain records at UT and whatnot. Yeah. To me, obviously, because I know who you are, it's so funny to like see it. I guess we were like Jake just ran this on 100, and now he's just like we're back at work. He's acting stupid, or just something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How does it feel? Just like I guess having those records in general from literally starting track in college.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I went into it with a really humble aspect because, like, I wasn't, my very first year, bro, like, I wasn't in shape at all. I got up to, like, from 140 pounds to, like, probably, like, 168 just from going to the gym and lifting and stuff. But I wasn't, like, in shape. I was heavy. I was kind of bulkier. But, like, I came out freshman year and I wasn't expecting to be good. Like I came out, I was running, I think my first year I ran like 23.76 and 11.60. So 11.60 in the 100 and then 23.76 in the 200. So I was like, over that off season or summer, whatever you want to call it, I really took the time to like just try and like, I was doing a ton of research on like, how do I get better at like, I don't know, like sprints, how do I increase my power output? Like I was just doing things to try and better myself, so I was training that whole off season. And then the next season I ran 10.94 in the 100. And that's kind of when like I started to feel like, not like, obviously 10.94 is a good time for somebody who's never ran track, but I started to feel like I was getting to a next level. So that's eventually when I hit up Cliff to try and train better. And then by my final year running, I ended up running 10.79. But who knows what, I'm planning to continue running just for, like unattached, not for a school, but just because it's something I love. When you find a passion in something you love, it's crazy what you can do to discipline yourself to take those steps to go through it, bro. Because it's like, even if you're like in love with, you know, cameras, like, bro, if you have a love for cameras, I promise you can get good at it. Like you just gotta really, whatever you can set your mind to in life. Obviously, there's certain exceptions, but whatever you set, like you can't like say you want to go like play in the NBA and like just pick up a basketball when you're like 20 years old. But like what I'm saying is when you put your mind to something, like you really, it takes you to a next level. Oh, 100%. Because you have your heart's behind it. Whenever your heart's behind something, you care. When your heart's not, if you're working a 9 to 5 at a desk and you hit your job, your heart's not really behind the work. You're really just doing it for a check.
Yeah, I can't do that. Is there times where, like, when you realize you really love track, when you really love doing creative media, where you've had to unfortunately just bite that bullet sometimes and be like, I kind of need a check right now, or like, how do you get over that hump sometimes? I know for me, when I'm trying to get over that hump, bro, I immediately have to pray, because I'm just like, you know, I already don't like doing this for money in general. Like if I could, I honestly would do it for free and just be fine. Like if I didn't have to pay rent on that stuff, but like I do it for free. I have just as much fun doing it for free. Yeah. So, like,
So are you asking like how I get over like the bad days of like track or like?
I'll say camera stuff. When you know like it feels more like a job than actually fun, you know?
I would say you just got, like, for me, it's like, I have to remember why I started. Because, like, originally, like, I picked up a camera. I picked up a Canon M50. It's sitting right there. And that was my first camera ever. And I just, like, I was recording, pretty much doing anything I could just to, like, start, like, getting behind the camera, learning how the things work. Like, I was not good at all. Like, I can say I came from, like kind of like track. I came from very humble beginnings. Like I knew I didn't make anything that was super great, but I just remembered why I started. Like I was making track videos. I think you still remember. It's like that one with me looking like Zoolander. Roll the clip. But
Blue Steel.
But like I made track videos for like Mo and JB, and then I was like shooting for like these like run clubs out in St. Pete, and I was just shooting for like, I was taking my two passions and kind of putting it into one, because I was shooting running stuff. I loved running stuff, and over time that slowly led into shooting football games and starting to expand outside of it, shooting, and then like I ended up shooting for a gym. It was my like first client ever. I was like, okay, like this is like legit, like I could do this. So, you know, learning how to build out like branding strategies and social media calendars and kind of like following the vision of a business owner and kind of building out that entire plan for them, bro. That's honestly all I did.
I even learned how to do pitch decks from Jake. I don't even like do that, bro. And that's why
I learned how to do that from Frank. It's just experience, bro. Like learn experience, bro. Don't even get me started with this. Experience is better than the education system.
Say it again.
Experience is better than the education system.
Say it one more time.
Experience is better than the education system.
Watch this. Ready?
Yeah.
Bro, 2 things. On paper,
yeah.
statistically speaking, I'm not supposed to be in Tampa. I'm below any possible means to financially be here in Tampa.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, I'm always here. I never missed a payment on rent whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's insane already. Shout out Big God. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Right?
Big
2,
G.
on paper again, with jobs that I've had.
Yeah.
There's Publix, there's UT, there's Athlete Innovations, and honestly, nothing else from over a year.
Really?
But I've been almost everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like D1 schools. I've now done professional sports.
Bro,
it's ridiculous.
Your stuff when I was watching, and everybody ends up having their creative style, but I was like, dang, like now I shoot some cool stuff. Like,
appreciate it.
Yeah, like that's kind of like where, that's why I think I originally recommended you to Cliff, because I was like, yo, I know this guy, he shot at UT for a while. I think I sent him your IG page, and I think that's from there. He just hit you up, but like
I didn't have a car at the time,
bro, and I didn't have the creative experience at all to do what you did. So
appreciate
for Cliff, because when around that time when he was looking for someone, I was just starting, and I didn't want to say, oh yeah, I can do it, and then create some video off of that just didn't look as professional for a business. I was really at the time just doing things for fun.
I appreciate that. Cause
bro.
in the mindset that I had at the time, I was in that mindset of I just need to stay in Tampa. My objective was I just need to work hard to stay here, because I was one, I need to stay on the camera. I had an opportunity to get things like a full-time job, but I wouldn't be able to use the camera. It's absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's I need to be on the camera at all times. At least 70% of the job needs to be on the camera. Mm-hmm. We could work around it. No, you're not understanding me. This is where I'm trying to go, and I need to understand the camera.
Yep.
Not hearing me? Nope. Sorry. Give it to somebody else.
Yep.
I'm okay. So then that's how, right after that, ran the Cliff. So then, didn't have a car at the time. Bro, that's when I'm walking to UT from Fox 13 all the way to UT. Yeah, I was walking that every single morning.
You were walking there?
Brody, I would wake up at 6 a.m. and then I'll get up, probably start at 6:30. Get around there, 7?
Bro, how long is that walk? 2 miles?
45 minutes.
So about 2.
I don't know how many miles. I just go 45 minutes exactly.
It takes 20 minutes. Don't quote me, but 20 minutes to walk a mile.
Okay, so probably, bro. I just kept the same pace. I would listen to most of the same songs, and I would just get ready. And that's that, bro. That pumps me up. That's why I have to walk in the mornings.
Yeah.
Or before, Operation 53.
Yeah.
I will walk around outside before we start recording. I have to do it. I just gotta do it. Get my creative juices flowing. So I liked it, but then it came time to go somewhere else from UT. I'm like, oh shoot, I don't know how I'm about to get over there. You feel me? Yeah. So I Ubered there. And Cliff didn't know. So he was like, I got this idea for a documentary. I was like, right, I've been wanting to do movies my whole life. This is about to be cake work.
Yeah.
So he's like, are you sure? I was like, yes. But I didn't know from Cliff's perspective, all the other videographers that he also had run into.
Right.
That probably didn't take it as serious, didn't love it as much. So the love of it is huge. Mm-hmm. We mentioned that.
Yeah.
I had a whole nother question. Dang. But no, he didn't understand or know how much I loved it yet.
Yeah.
So after a while, AG caught on, AG.
Yeah.
So I made a video for him.
I remember. Was it that fishing one?
It was one in the gym first.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, he was calling me for everything. He was like, oh, I got my son's birthday party. Oh, I got the boys fishing. And it just goes from there. Yeah. The question was, how big is networking to you?
Dude, networking is everything. That's kind of how, right now, that's especially in the creative space, I feel like if it weren't, and this is just another thing, if it weren't for, going to start at this gym where I kind of brought it on as a first client, and I was just kind of shooting there, if it weren't for him and if it weren't for Frank, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm able to do today, because without them, I wouldn't have the experience. I wouldn't have the connections that now, like I have multiple clients now that like, they pay me a good amount, but also it kind of just relays off from that gym connection to another connection. And then this connection sends me out to Atlanta to go shoot a fight. And now I have people hitting me up from owners of boxing studios. Hey, we saw your video. We'd love for you to come in to make a video for us. Mm-hmm. So just like kind of like working off that chain of things of network. That's literally everything, I would say. Without network, I'd be nowhere. Because the people you meet in life are going to carry you. My mom always told me the people that you surround yourself with is who you're going to become. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like, if you're surrounding yourself with the right people and putting yourself in the right situations, I think you're setting yourself up for success, especially nowadays with the entrepreneurial mindset. Because in the creative space, it's all entrepreneurial. You got to have that. You got to have that big mindset. So you got to be able to network and pitch yourself. Mm-hmm. Especially with that camera, you got to be cool with it.
Got to be cool with it, bro.
Which I know you are.
Yes, sir. Ski. Like I think for me it's been very new and different because like I hear the same reactions like, oh, Nas is cold with the camera, like he's so good, but like it's almost weird to me just because I honestly can't even process that sometimes, bro, because I'll to everyone else it's like, oh, that's so cool, but I know from every other creative standpoint, anything that they record they also see their mistakes. So for me, it's always me versus me. I talked about that with Ava.
Yeah.
But like everyone's like, oh, that's so cool. The second I export a video, I'm watching it over and over and over.
Oh yeah,
over.
If you're creative that doesn't, like that means you either one don't care about it, like you're just chasing the bag. Like, all right, let's export this, get it to the client.
Thanks.
Like I usually watch it like at least a few times, just so if I catch a minor mistake, because bro, there's always a mistake whenever you're making a video.
That's true.
It's just like if some people don't catch it and some people will. Mm-hmm. Like even like I feel like film directors and stuff like they're making movies like. There could be a mistake in the movie and you don't even know. You don't even know. Mm-hmm. Like there could be something off with like, a paid extra or something. Like, I don't know. Like there's always something that could go wrong.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. I think I have big imposter syndrome only because at first being new to like the content game and whatnot, it was more of like, okay, I'm getting good at this really fast. Mm-hmm. Only because I used to daydream about how I wanted it to look like, and I would always look at different movies and different, even just TVs in like the store. I'm like, it's not colorful enough. It's not popping the right way. Yeah. It's too pixelated. It's too grainy, and I'm trying to get it. Each time I'm like, turn the ISO down. Let's try this. Let's do this. Let's I'm checking all the settings. I'm like, I'm very overly detailed on purpose. To try to get the best possible shot that I like compared to what I used to always compare it to, basically. Because I'm huge on color, and I don't even know why. I really don't know why. But I was telling someone else earlier that I think it's because as a kid, I would literally walk around stores and be like, which TV looks best to me? Doesn't matter the price. Which one looks the best? Which one makes me feel like I'm having the best experience? Sony always came out every single time. Like I was like, Samsung was cool, Sony's better. There's like HP. I'm like, Sony looks the coolest to me. I would literally get so close, so I could see, I would see the pixels on the screen. Like okay, this TV got this pixel and the bit rate is so much higher.
Yeah,
Sony, bro.
But I'm surprised who's never made a TV. Canon.
You can laugh, but like I think it's just different. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Sony's in like everything. They got gaming consoles. They're just huge.
They got Marvel.
Yeah,
they got a lot.
Yeah.
Don't they have Universal too? They got a good amount of stuff.
Yeah.
They're up there.
They're big. Yeah.
They're up there.
But like Canon, I feel like the color on Canon cameras is like pretty fire.
It's okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna set the record straight. There's honestly nothing wrong with like different brands and stuff. It's definitely all down to preference, 100%. Always preference.
But if you could settle the debate, Canon versus Sony.
In what context? Because it does come down to a context. Nikon and Canon are better for outdoor and wedding photography. And like family photography, hands down.
Yeah.
Do not use Sony for family photography. I tried, it doesn't work. Too sharp, so you can't get everyone in the photo if you change the f-stop. But then, those cameras are just so much better with capturing mood, with like
Canon and Nikon.
Yes, with like warmer moods.
Yeah.
Sony is very sharp, and it can get very like darker, moody, serious, sharp, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why most of the documentaries come out so dope, because it actually adds mood to the shots. But like, if I was trying to do like a wedding, it would look more like a movie than like an emotional moment.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah. Have you seen I'm sure you've seen that one Tennessee video of it's like in their football jersey, and he's like in all white, and he's looking in the mirror, and the football jersey flickers to black.
The symbiote or whatever from Venom.
Yeah. Dude, whoever. they need to pay their social media intern a little more for that video. That video was tough.
The Trojans football. That was probably the toughest video I've seen so far across the board.
I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check it out though.
That's probably the #1 sports video that is out right now.
College sports or just sports in general?
Trojans, USC Trojans football.
Yeah, that's wild. That in Tennessee, top 2.
Actually, yeah. So like no joke, them. I won't go in specific order. USC, Texas, Tennessee.
So shout out to their videographers.
I even put UK, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, Oregon. Oregon is crazy.
Bro, Oregon's always been on that flashy. They've always had these, like, you know, their football jerseys have always been like these neon colors, but like, it's fire.
But the graphics though, their graphic team.
Oh yeah, their graphic
media team is fire. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm trying to think of who else do I watch all the time. South Carolina, of course the Hawks, Duke for sure. That's easy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the top. I'm forgetting something too. I know I feel it. But that's all I can think of right now. Shout out to y'all, for real, because y'all inspire us.
Yep.
Shoot.
Exactly.
Dang. How big is it for you to even look at other creatives or from other departments just to get your own inspiration for your videos?
Bro, honestly, like, take it with, like, when I look at other creatives' videos, I feel like I don't think too much about it, but like sometimes I might take little small pieces from it, because like I feel like I still have like every creative has their own little small style to shooting, and whether that goes into like your camera settings and the way you shoot and stuff. But regardless of the fact, like I might take little small pieces, but I don't let that affect the way I'm gonna still have my own creative input or output or whatever you're gonna call it. But I mean, obviously I'll look at, like, I'll be watching TV and I'll see a Nike ad come up. Like, obviously those are a lot more inspiring, because that's kind of what I want to, like, I want to replicate the bar high. I don't want to replicate just like, I might see a videographer that's cool on Instagram, but it's like, it's not the bar that I'm going for, if that makes sense.
What's the bar that you would like to be at?
Nike, Adidas, like really high level production stuff, because like that's, although that comes with a ton of budget. Like,
that's right.
The cameras that they're using are probably like $30,000 Redline cameras. Like, it's like they're paying $500,000 for an ad project. Like, it's like ridiculous, or probably even more, bro. Like, you got to think about that. They're paying $1 million for those things. Like, but they have the budget for it, and hopefully that's the bar for one day, to be able to have a team to, you know, because they're paying like people to just go pick up like craft services and food for the day. They're going to go pick up snacks. So
I'll do it. I'll do whatever you need me to do on the set like that. Shoot, I'll pick any part.
There you go. Pick a part.
I'll pick any part. Shoot, I'm like, I used to do the same thing. Like, I used to get yelled at for being on my iPad too long. You know, if
Did you have iPad in high school?
Yeah, because so the high school I went to, all the students had iPads.
This was the start of iPad kids, I swear.
I guess so.
Because then like a couple of, like while I was becoming.
You an iPad kid?
No, I wasn't an iPad kid, but I was a video game kid. I was playing Call of Duty all the time. I was playing Halo. I was playing like a bunch of shooters. But that's probably why I got that fast reaction time off the block starts on the track though. Nah, but what were we talking about?
The iPad game.
Oh yeah, the iPad kids. Nah, bro. I mean, in high school we had iPads, but I feel like that's when the talk of iPad kids was coming up because now you have like 5 and 6 year olds like just glued to these iPads, and I'm like, bro, like. No, I promise you, my kid will not be an iPad kid.
Shit, I'm going outside with my kid, bro. Get outside. Like, you have to get outside.
Yeah,
You're actually not getting sun is so dangerous for you. Because you will box yourself in being boxed in.
Right.
To be honest, it sounds crazy to say, but like, if you were in your room too long, bro, it's not good for you. You need to get outside, touch some grass.
Dude, if I sit in here too long, like, I literally, like, start to go crazy. Like, I have to, like... I can't sit in here I'll even go out on my balcony because it's like I need to get some fresh air. Like I need to get some sun.
Put me in the box.
Shoot, bro.
I was having fun too, but anyway. Yeah. But get outside, bro. Get outside. Shoot some hoops if you need to. Did you? What do you do, bro? Outside of like track and content to like just have some fun besides pickleball.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. Bro, honestly, like, it's just spending time with, like, my friends. Like, I really value that quality time with them. Like, whether it's, like, going to grab a bite to eat for dinner or, you know, just hanging out, like, chilling, playing games. Like, really outside of it, it's just literally... I'll hit like you up. I'll hit like my buddy Sam up. I'll just hit people up because that's what I value is quality time with people. Like that's the most important thing because like one day like I'll be married and I have a wife and kids and like you won't have that time with those friends as much as you did as like right now. Like I'm 23 years old and like I really value the time I get to spend with people. Like I could care less about like flashy things and like. I just want to spend time, like, have a good time. I'm
the same way. That's why it's crazy you say that, because I'm the same exact way. I know we never even got as much time to hang out and whatnot. Yeah. We definitely are, though. But still, like, I grew up outside. I was an outside kid. Yeah. So every time I come inside, black people, your mom tell you, you smell like outdoors. You don't know what that means. But we were outside all the time with that green, the green box outside.
Yeah.
Shoot, like we're done with school. We go outside. We just playing basketball, soccer. We set up the trash cans as the goals.
Yeah.
Play soccer. We play tag. We play manhunt. We play all types of games. We make up a game just to play it. But then
that's what I do.
Those when those times ended, of course, you don't realize like you gotta say goodbye to them in a way. Things change a little bit. If you still keep the same friends, that things change. Go out to eat. Go out to activities, go out to Six Flags, Busch Gardens, Disney World, all that stuff.
Right.
But dang, bro, it is so weird in this time frame right now, being single.
Yeah.
How is it, truthfully speaking, for you being this age, in a time where everyone's like, you don't have a girlfriend yet, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might be poking, prying at it, but like, you're chilling. You still trying to find yourself a little bit in this entrepreneurial avenue.
Yeah, like I was in one, but I feel like not being in one gives me a lot more time to focus on me, especially like where I'm at in my life right now. I got to like
got some pickleball to play.
Bro, yeah, I got pickleball to play. I got new people to meet. But yeah, bro, like honestly, like I was just like I started to lock in like on my work. Like I started to like just go crazy for it, like just finding new clients, kind of just it was like almost like a new phase or new step in my life, and like I feel like God opens and closes doors, like, and if you don't believe in God, like you can also say like everything happens for a reason, like everything in your life, is there every action has a reaction, So that's one thing I've always lived by. But bro, honestly, just keeping God at the center. Like every morning and every night before I go to bed, it's like just time with Him. Like I'll have my Alexa play a song. But yeah, it was that's kind of where like it's just like right now it's just like work, God, friends. Like that's it.
Shoot, it would feel good too. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But thank God I am the same way, cause like I sometimes have moments of like disassociation.
I think everybody does though.
Okay, good. So I don't sound like a lunatic.
Yeah.
But I will literally sit or go to like Davis Island or something like that just to sit and like relax for a second and really be like, dang, the fact that I'm sane, I'm okay, I'm alive, I'm safe, I am doing actually what I've always wanted to do in a place that is probably like super expensive or not everyone can live. Just like I'm like, dang, like thank you, girl. Like I'm really blessed right now. Something that's pretty wild because you've taught me how to do pitch decks. I don't reach out to clients.
Yeah.
Sounds wild, but it's like I have a lot more faith already because I don't like aggressively look for clients. I struggle with that because I always think like, okay, I got to think about how much I'm going to charge them. That's easy. But then it's like I got to find a place that I know I could fit my schedule into, which is already so sporadic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
That's the wild part. You got to deal with clients like that maybe aren't always lenient. Or maybe they're not as understanding. It's like, especially in this football, I'm waiting. That's my phone's right here. Yeah. If I get a call, I had to shut this off. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like that's just the life of sports. You gotta be ready for it. And so certain clients obviously don't understand that. So it's like I just gotta make sure that all the other clients that I have are sports related, so that just whatever pops up, it's like, oh, are you free right now? No, I gotta do this. I'll be there in a second. Or I'll finish this. Then they understand.
Yeah, bro. It's like it's like, dude. Sometimes I feel like I'm working around the clock. Like I feel like, I mean, obviously I make my own time to take my time out of my day to go to hit the gym and, bro, shoot, I did I don't count pickleball as a workout.
Big dog.
For some people, I did like 3 workouts yesterday. I was boxing. I worked out in the morning. I went to go play pickleball last night. But, bro, like it's like you can set your time for things, and then I feel like, other than that, like it's like when I'm not doing things that I enjoy, like not that I don't enjoy camera work, but like doing things like more like hobbies, like going to the gym and doing these things, like part of my daily routine, you got to really set your time out, because I feel like I'll get a call like there's people that call me at 10 p.m. at night to ask about a website. I'm like, all right, yeah, like I'll do that. But like at the end of the day, I'm setting my time at 11 p.m. That's when I'm shutting it off for an hour, take an hour for myself before I go to bed, wait 12 to 7, do it again.
Jeez, I'm like, dang. Well, how like, when did you start to get those calls around like past 10 o'clock, where it's like, okay, I can get to chill, get some me time. Yo, like, we want something. It's like, am I going to do it?
You look at that phone sometimes and it's like 10 p.m. and you're like, like you don't want to answer, but like deep down it's the heart in me that is like I care enough to be able to want to, like this was like for like a website that somebody already had designed, or I designed a website for them, and they hit me up and I'm like, okay, like I have a website designed for this person. They don't really ever call me, they hit me up. I'm like, all right, like I'll answer it. So they're like, hey, can you fix this on the website? That same night, fixed it, and then, bro, that's it. Like, I'd rather get it done in the now than put it off for the later. Because I feel like if I put things off, it's not going to get done. So I just got to, that's why I kind of just like, if I get hit up about something, let's go. I'll do it in the moment. Because I'm a quick worker. So.
You are, bro. I watched this guy manage different podcasts at once. I'm like, I know how to run all the audio stuff, but just in general, like, making sure that all the mics are set, making sure everything's running correctly, making sure that he's producing it well, making sure that the guest is actually comfortable, they can hear it, and things are being processed correctly. It's like just a whole process. You gotta make sure everything is flowing and going, and then you gotta sit and just be patient and make sure everything's still running. And after, you gotta upload, you gotta organize. Bro, there's steps to this. It's not as easy as what people think. You just come in and sit, talk, and leave.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean,
back end process.
Yeah, For those high level production podcasts, it's not that easy because like especially when you have big name people, like you don't want to give you don't you know how some of them can be like they can like be like, all right, I'm here, I'm ready to go, like I don't want to wait around, because their time's valuable too, and I feel like
it's true.
That's why in production and stuff, like I always want to make sure before they're there, I want to make sure everything's good to go because I don't want to run into a problem. Like I'll run 3 test runs before like I I want to make sure like if they're there from 11 to 12, that they're there from 11 to 12. They're not there from 11 to 12:45 because I screwed up. Like I'm always about making sure like everything's ready to go at all times.
Do you have fear formatting SD cards at all? I know it's a big
I've
thing.
never formatted an SD card in my life. I've never formatted. I'll delete it all. I'll delete it all off my computer. I'll literally, when I'm done with the clips, I've never had a I just why format it when I can just delete it on the computer?
Okay, hold on. So you put it in the computer.
I put it in the computer.
You just delete it.
Delete all like the coding files that come with it or whatever, and delete
the XML.
Yeah, the XML. And then I delete
the files.
Yeah, I delete everything.
So you do format it.
Yeah. I thought you meant just format it off the camera.
Okay, I'm about to say, alright, you have me worried for
No, I don't buy a new SD card every time.
What are you doing, Jake?
No, I don't. I don't buy a new SD. I don't have that kind of bread, you know.
Okay, dang. So we got 5 minutes.
All right, let's roll.
I got 2 questions for you, maybe 3.
All right.
There's a mandatory question now, part of this podcast.
Okay.
You probably valid because you've been around a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? So, paint the picture. AI cookout. Say AI cookout. We got people pulling up. We got AZ, Bond, J.E., Cliff, Gil, Kyle. We got season 1, season 2. Shad, Kaylin, Eric, Dex, Daquan. We got Fabo, especially he like the uncle to cookout. Fabo, Woo, Rich, Luke could pull up.
Yep.
Keem definitely about it. What you bring to the cookout, my dog?
What am I bringing to the cookout? We got a grill.
For sure, we got a grill.
What can I throw up? That's not throw up, but like
Throw down.
Throw down. Yeah. No, I guess you could say either. You throw up, throw down. I don't know. Throw down. Throw down is the way to go.
You on thin ice right now, buddy.
Let's see, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna bring some chicken kebabs.
Chicken kebabs.
Yeah, we're gonna throw those on the grill. Get that nice little sizzle, that little grill mark on the chicken, and then, bro, honestly, whatever else anybody, if people want potatoes on the kebab, if they like, bro, honestly, we'll throw down whatever.
What you putting on the kebab?
All right, we got chicken.
It's crucial.
Yeah, chicken, potato.
We seasoning it?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You gotta season the chicken,
Just making sure.
Bro, you know, we throw down the season garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, smoked paprika.
Valid. Cool.
You know, we're good to go.
It's quiet.
I mean, that's just the basic seasoning, but like, you know,
Torch.
we can get some more. But bro, chicken, you know those like, I forget what kind of potatoes. They're like those like.
They're small red ones, so they're small yellow ones.
Yeah. Then cut those in half, put it on the kebab.
I never had that before. Okay, good, Jake.
Yeah.
Okay,
or maybe a triangle, like you know those triangular potatoes that you cut it up into a triangle and throw it on there like that. Probably. I know a lot of people don't like onion. I like onion.
I like onion.
So like a little slice of onion.
Yeah.
Bro, honestly, and then probably like pineapple, bro.
So close.
Nah, you didn't like that part?
I mean, that's just me. I don't.
Well, I kind of like my chicken noodles like it depends on the flavor of chicken you're going for. If you want it more sweet, you can get it more sweet. If you want it more spicy, we can throw a pepper on there.
I'm cool with peppers.
Yeah.
You valid. Some people will rock with the pineapple.
Yeah.
I don't think I like fruit next to my chicken. That's just me. That's just
Bro,
me.
I don't mind a little, sweet chicken.
I understand it though.
Sweet and salty.
I understand it. Oh, I understand it. Last question, because I threw out a call. No one. but we're gonna do this again, obviously.
Yeah.
What would you say to other creatives that are definitely in that spot, bro? That are like, I don't even know where a camera could take me, bro. Where a camera could take me, where how to get clients, what I should charge. I'm not good at this yet. Like, you know, they're at that starting block, and they're in the middle, where it's just like, man, I don't even know if they're gonna pay the bills. Just like, what advice do you have for those creatives to get into it? You know, how to actually just fully immerse themselves, and then for the ones that are actually in it, what like motivational tips or advice do you got for them?
I would say for the people that are like just starting out, like just bring your camera everywhere with you. Bro, like if I'm walking like downtown Water Street, I'll just literally have my camera in my hand. I'll take a picture of like the sign of the addition, bro. Like it's just like being a creative, you have to be creative. Like the term creative isn't just I'm a creative because I do this work. It's a creative because it's why you started to create. You create things. Mm-hmm. You're a creator. You like to, if you're taking photos, you're creating an image on a camera. And then for the people in it, like I would honestly say just you gotta give yourself like don't get too engulfed in your work to where your camera work starts to feel like real work. Like there's there's a time like where like, or there are times where like if I don't take breaks or stuff or anything like that, like sometimes I won't even want to pick up my camera, and I have to remember why I picked up my camera to begin with. It's because I loved it. If you gotta always remember that is like the reason you started is the reason why you want to finish with it too. Mm-hmm. Like you can't just like say, oh yeah, I'm burnt out of like working on camera work. Like you got to remember why you started, bro. It's it's the love of it. You got to do what you love, and that's what matters the most.
I was telling that's what I'm starting to realize too, and I hope the industry as a whole, music and film industry, and understand. If you get, especially sports, if you get people who actually love it, dog, they will outwork anybody. Because they'll find a way. That's like you said earlier. Yeah. Once you love something, like it's crazy what you do for it to keep it to make it work. Like you'll make it work if you love it. So
bro, that's how I was with track. Mm-hmm. Like
literally,
like I came in the first year the worst on the team, bro. I was running. At the end of these workouts, I was in last every workout, bro. And then by the time I said, okay, I want to get good. Every time I stepped up to that line, if I knew that person was better than me, I don't care. I said, okay, I know I can beat this person.